welcome to CNN News 18 Music Stars Roundtable 2023. I am Vishal Chatkara. Movies won't be movies without music. It is their voice. It deeply conveys the emotion to the viewers. This year's Bollywood film featured some of the finest party anthems, love songs, and the song that evoke nostalgia. One of the finest songs this year, Besharam Rang, came from the canon of Vishal Shekhar. Kausar Munir lyrics ignited love in everyone's heart with such songs like Wo Tere Mere Ishq Ka from Jubilee. Swanand Kirkire packed a punch with Lut Put Gaya from Donkey. And Queen of Melodies Shreya Ghoshal added the much needed color to the love story of Rocky aur Rani ki Prem Kahani. The year 2023 will also be remembered when lip sync songs made a remarkable comeback. To discuss this and more, we have Shekhar Ravjiani, Shreya Ghoshal, Kausar Munir and Swanand Kirkire. Welcome to CNN News 18 Music Stars Roundtable.
Thank you.
To start with, what was the big moment for all of you that made this year 2023 memorable for you?
Start with the...
I think for me every year is special because every year has something unique happening. But this year has been a mix of lovely songs from films and independent music which I continue to be a part of. So I think generally if you see there were good songs, good music. I think that basically made a comeback and of all genres possible with some really larger than life movies and OTT films and music of associated with all of that, along with of course live concerts and everything. And yeah, I think it was a very fulfilling year.
Personally, मेरे लिए तो Jubilee was a great high because one got to do a complete, first of all, a complete album, which is right now nowadays very difficult for composers and lyricists especially. So I got to do 11 songs altogether in Jubilee, and it was a genuine sort of a period piece in every which way, in the filmmaking, in the writing, in the look and feel, which Vikram Motwane did beautifully. तो वो मौका बहुत rare होता है कि आपको 40-50 के दशक के हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का म्यूजिक एक सॉर्ट ऑफ री इमेजिन करने का मौका मिले. तो मेरे लिए और अमित त्रिवेदी हम दोनों के लिए वो बहुत ही खास बात थी.
What was special this year? Like पहले तो श्रेया का जवाब देता हूँ. श्रेया ने कहा ना कि every year it's special because every year she gets a national award or a film or something. Anyway, so I had to say this क्योंकि मेरे को जोक बोलना है. For me, what was special is like really good work, and because all these films, like Jubilee बना उसमें गाना गा लिया. तो हर कहीं पे मैं फंसा हुआ हूँ.
12th fail also.
12th fail and the two, a small film and a big film. Like Put Gaya is one song which came, and 12th fail, which is like a small film which became big.
Yeah.
So yes, music wise also, and they were quite satisfying. Like Shah Rukh Khan's film also and Vikram Nis's film.
Superb.
Talking about Shah Rukh Khan film, we have Shekhar.
No, first of all, listen, I am quite, honored to be in this esteemed company. Means, what is this table? This is incredible ocean of talent out here, just here. And I'm very thankful to you for choosing such an amazing, our friends out here. So first of all, I think Vishal and I are very happy with the response Besharam Rang and Jumejo Pathaan got this year. We're doing one film a year. We don't do more than a film or two a year. But I think the response we got on Besharam Rang and Jumejo Pathaan, I think the vibe was such in the business that at that point something had to blow up.
Yes.
And it blew up. You know what I'm saying? The way the song looked, the way the song sounded, the way the Pathaan energy was everywhere. The return of King Khan with the song and with the visual and the way Siddharth Anand shoots it, everything kind of came together so beautifully. People loved the song. People appreciated the way the whole package looked, and for me the most important thing this year was the launch of my record label Garud Music, where I am very happy and very blessed to release 14 songs since February. And had some amazing people be a part of it. The last song I was blessed to have Shreya as a part of it, and the forthcoming releases are with Kausar and with Swanand. So really thrilled and happy and honored and blessed to kind of enjoy our craft together, enjoy our music together, and the language we speak is very different compared to a lot of other people. We discuss ragas, we discuss lyrics, we discuss life, we discuss what we all went through, what we are doing at the moment. It's such beautiful conversations we have together that I feel really blessed to even meet them and discuss music with them.
But carrying the point forward to what Shekhar was just saying, कि कई बातों से बातें बनती हैं और काम भी निकलता है. जैसे Shekhar and I were actually just having a general conversation, and that's how a song came up. The song that he's referring to, you were just talking about things, and you know, so यही जो है ना कि पोइट्री या शायरी या रागा वो जिंदगी से गुजर के निकल रहा है among this group and people like us, which is beautiful.
What an interesting point you said. You know, पहले होता था गानों में सवाल जवाब, which I think missing from today's song. Can you talk about how that सवाल जवाब or नोक जोक used to happen between the singers?
Yeah, I mean, I think वो ज़माना अलग था जहाँ पे duets were really planned out. Actually, आजकल duets का ज़माना चला गया in a way.
चला गया, correct.
I think the way we see musicals in the West, where there's an extended screenplay where a scene,
Yeah, exactly.
a boy is saying something to the girl and the girl replies back or something. It's about, it's in a very playful manner, a musical dialogue manner, which we would be very happy to.
Yeah, I
do.
think
Because it also depends on the filmmaker.
Film, exactly,
Because
I'm saying
the
exactly
whole
the same.
thing of extended scenes, you know, like dialogues becoming a song,
Yeah.
right.
was something which was explored a lot in Indian cinema
Yeah.
once upon a
Absolutely.
time. But now
Yeah.
the filmmakers themselves don't have that kind of conviction. Or they
Correct.
want to
Right.
see songs in a different way.
Piyu Bole was one of
Pio
those
Bole was
songs.
one of them. And,
कि उसमें पूरा it starts with a dialogue.
हाँ,
you know,
वो लिखो ना, वो करो ना, और फिर
करते
वो-
करते वो म्यूजिक में चला जाता है, and there is a whole dialogue. Every line is a answer to the boy's
Correct.
line.
Yeah.
So that's a style of filmmaking also,
Yeah.
which all in
I think every
recent times
yeah.
is a little
In
kind of
Jubilee
missing.
there
Jubilee, in fact, वही
हाँ.
आगे कि देखो ना बादल तेरे आंचल से बंध के आवारा ना हो जाए जी,
Yeah.
नहीं जी
हाँ.
नहीं के बादल की
Yeah.
आदत में तेरी शरारत नहीं. Which reminds me, I had the good fortune when I was much younger to spend some time with मजरू साहब. तो मैंने मजरू साहब से एक बार पूछा था कि आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या है लिरिक्स, which is a common thing, everybody knows that, but he himself admitted or said that कि ये जो सवाल जवाब का एक दौर है वो सबसे ज़्यादा और सबसे कामयाबी से उन्होंने
Yes, नजरू साहब ने
सबसे ज़्यादा किया. बहुत लोगों ने किया है लेकिन उन्होंने बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल.
But I think the cinema में वो उतना जगह भी नहीं है ना. सवाल जवाब का गाना का आजकल लेंथ नहीं है उसमें.
हाँ, edit.
मतलब लोग
We have
people consume smaller songs and shorter songs, which is also a challenge.
The shorter format, yeah, the
Yeah.
shorter format is more preferred these days. But I think in a film also it has to hold really well, in the sense a proper dialogue way of like a musical also has to hold very well for about. It's a proper musical song like this should be about 5 to 6 minutes.
Be it Besharam Rang, Tum Kya Mile, या songs from Jubilee, or your song, they are all lip sync songs. Do you think Bollywood is back celebrating its song and dance and giving this song a deserving place in the film?
I had a small, एक ही बार मेरा इंटरेक्शन यश जी के साथ हुआ था इन इंडिगो. I did उन्होंने तब मैंने एक लफंगे परिंदे नाम की फिल्म की थी उनके साथ, प्रदीप सरकार ने, और वो फिल्म आके नहीं चली थी, और नहीं चलने के बाद तो यश जी मुझे इंडिगो रेस्टोरेंट के बाहर मिले और उन्होंने कहा मैं तुमसे पहले ही कह रहा था सबसे कह रहा था लिप सिंक करो. हीरो या हीरोइन ने गाना चाहिए गाना. दैट्स द ओल्ड विजडम है वो. इलिया राजा भी बोलते थे और ये भी बोलते थे कि आप मेरे को बोले आप जिद किया करो, डायरेक्टर नहीं बोलेगा, ये बोलेगा आप जिद करो, दो लाइन करो, कहते उससे हिट होता है गाना.
हम लोग का प्रोसेस गाना बन जाता है तब तक you know
Correct.
we have a say on the music, but then what the director has in mind and what he decides whether
Yeah.
to lip sync or
Like he said, like
it's
importance of lip sync songs.
No, but
always
that's
feels
what
good.
happened. That's a coincidence that this year happened. You know,
Yeah.
director chose to go that way.
Yeah.
But we really don't know when it happens, or it does happen or doesn't happen. You know, like we'll get to know only when it happens.
Yeah, but I'll use the example of a recent song that really became big, which I wrote, that Lehra Do. which was not lip sync at all. Now that road, of course the music was good, lyrics was good, singing was good, everything was fine, but I think that rode on an emotion. So now I feel there are different ways of a song also mounting and becoming big. That kind of, so I suppose, so that was a learning for me, that sometimes it's a dance song or it's a lip sync, it's a romantic numbers are always huge. But sometimes there's a emotion that makes, that you write, the song rides that wave.
You're absolutely right, because the thing is, audience nowadays, they are reacting to a song, they are reacting to a emotion, they are reacting to...
It need not be films.
Yes.
Like
We completely are
in the sense,
not talking about that fact that
could be indie music, any song which is released, and maybe the artist hasn't made a music video. And sometimes the song just takes off and becomes the number one trending song.
This year, one of amongst all the film stuff, my bigger hits were actually non-film work. Zihale Miski had come. Gulli Mata, which was a very odd collaboration with an Arabic singer, and it became a viral song in a way. It was not lip sync, and it was part lip sync, it was coming and going, but there was a beautiful story like a cinema, how the video was shot, and Zihale Miski was very film, the way it was shot was like a film, but it was not lip sync. So there was a very strong emotion in all of these songs. I think what Kausar is saying is exactly right. It actually ends up as an emotion. If it's a very well emoted, expressed, written, composed, sung and packaged in a way. And of course, the label has to also believe in the same thing and push it correctly. The marketing matters a lot.
But when it connects, it connects. Sometimes because I have my own record label, when I talk to a few people, some entrepreneurs, they're like, हम लोग ने इतना किया, इतना advertising किया, इतना marketing किया, गाना नहीं चला. Someone says, हम लोग ने तो ₹1 नहीं डाला था, अपने आप ये गाना number 1 पे चला. So if
Kala is a wonderful example. But look, low key, retro, real music which is based on classical music actually.
Swanand ji ने जो गाना गाया है कला में, 2 days back I saw your post where he was in front of at least 10,000 students out there, people out there. And he sang the first line and kept the mic there and they were singing. This is not the power of marketing. This is not the power of spending money. It's the power
of music.
Of the connection. It's the connect music. Yeah.
And that's an OTT film.
गाना पड़ेगा?
हाँ सर, गाना तो पड़ेगा.
बिखरने का मुझको शौक है बड़ा, समेटेगा मुझको तू बता जरा. बिखरने का मुझको डूबती है तुझ में आज मेरी कश्ती, गुफ्तगू में उतरी बात की तरह, देख कर तुझे ही रात की हवा ने सांस थाम ली है हाथ की तरह, ये पानी भी तेरा आईना हुआ, सितारों में तुझको है गिना हुआ.
Beautiful. This is written by Varun Grover and Amit Trivedi is the music. And actually a moment to talk about Kala, क्योंकि ये एक OTT film है. एक sort of niche.
हमारे दोस्त
अन्विता दत्त ने बनाई है और I was coming to that, और अन्विता ने जिस खूबसूरती से इस म्यूजिक को सजाया. 5 गाने हैं, 5 अलग-अलग लिरिसिस्ट हैं जो बहुत प्यार और दोस्ती और क्या कहते हैं एकदम संभाल के ये म्यूजिक बनाए. एंड आई थिंक द ऑडियंस गॉट दैट, दे अंडरस्टूड.
आई थिंक आई बिलीव वेरी स्ट्रांगली के ऑनेस्टी एंड सच्चाई से और मजा उठाते हुए, लाइक ऑब्वियसली यश जी के साथ तो spend so much time together at Yashraj Studios. One thing is to say कि यार मजा उठाओ बस, make memories of making music, make these memories, because it's my, he used to say that this is the favorite part of my filmmaking.
Wow.
Making music, right? So enjoy the process of it. And I think that's something which a lot of musicians watching this, a lot of singers watching this, that consistent pressure of delivering or consistent pressure of your social media overpowering your thoughts, remove that completely, because enjoy what God has given you. Because as musicians, as artists, I think this is all what
Yeah.
four of us enjoy every single
Every
day
day. And I
of our
feel,
lives.
for me also, like, for me, once the song is out, my attachment to the song is gone.
Absolutely.
But the process of how we made the song always stays as
Always
the
stays, yeah.
most golden, most
100%.
cherished.
100%.
It
You
always
know,
stays
Yes.
there.
yeah,
isn't it?
that we enjoy, and I feel it's very important to spend that little extra time being in the studio, not be in a rush, talk about the song, have a cup of chai, you know, talk about other songs, then do the song. Give your 100% to why we are doing and why should we do this line a certain way and why should we change it in this way. That whole process, sometimes we miss out in in today's
It would be
way
nice
of-
if you give us some anecdote from your recording sessions. Would be nice.
No, बहुत है ऐसे तो.
Please, you both you all have worked
the
so many.
latest song Vari Vari which
Yeah.
we did together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just spoke in the morning.
Yeah.
She came in the afternoon at about 2 o'clock, 2:30, and then we were just sitting chatting. We must have finished 5-6 cups of coffee, and both of us started buzzing like mad. Like, अभी क्या तो गाना record कर लिया, shoot भी कर लिया, and we've made so many memories out of that entire thing. And in the next couple of days, she said, "What do we do for a reel?" I said, "Let's go and play with Devyan's toys." She's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, let's." So we went,
Yeah.
and her husband was so sweet, Sheila.
Sheila Ditya.
And we went. He was like, "Okay, take these toys, both of you shoot this." We have
We were
created.
part of this.
Nice.
The
We've
whole family
created-
was a part of this song.
So we've created a memory of this song.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Like this, whenever this song comes in our life in future, whenever
Yeah.
we hear it,
वो याद
we'll always
आएगा।
remember
ये याद
those
आएगा।
moments.
Sure.
Lekin, and I should really say one thing, that Shreya, Shekhar, they are not saying this after reaching where they've reached. I think they have reached there because they have approached their work like that from the
Yeah.
start.
पीयू बोले कई recordings मुझे अभी भी याद है.
श्रेया के साथ
मतलब-
कितने सेशंस तो दूसरों के गाने गाने में निकल जाते हैं। मतलब हम लोग स्टूडियो में बैठ
What
के
happened with Piyu Bole?
पीयू बोले was one of our first
First
collaborations
yeah.
together, and मैं भी बहुत नई थी तब. बट वहाँ पे प्रदीप सरकार जी भी
प्रदीप
बैठ के
सरकार।
वो अपना ना हर फ्रेम स्केच करते थे
करेक्ट
कि वो कैसे शूट होगा. उसका हर एक फ्रेम ही स्केचिंग, सिटिंग इन वन सोफा के एक कॉर्नर पे बैठ के वो स्केच कर रहे हैं. विनोद चोपड़ा जी, विदु विनोद जी भी थे. एंड वहाँ पे ये गाना गाने के लिए आई केम एज प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर सिंगिंग अ फिल्म सॉन्ग, बट दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट एक्सपोजर टू पुटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन टू
Yeah.
ईच एंड एवरी लाइन कि हर बार पीयू बोले आएगा तो कैसे
How
उसको
nice.
गाना है. सो देन until then I had not met who Vidya Balan is. It was her debut. But of course it made sense कि क्यों इतनी बारीकियों में nuances जो ये खड़े हैं, शांतनुदा खड़े हैं.
विनोद हिमसेल्फ इज टेकिंग सो मच इंटरेस्ट. उनको गाना बनाने में उनको इतना
हाँ.
रस है ना, मतलब एक्चुअली वो भी ही जस्ट loves making
Yeah,
songs.
कि
And
यहाँ
I
पे
think
एक हंस
that-
देना पड़ेगा, वो शक्ल चाहिए, एक
हाँ.
थोड़ी हंसी चाहिए, यहाँ पे
यहाँ
थोड़ा
पे
सा.
वो प्रदीप दा भी यही है, मैं इसको ऐसे शूट करूंगा, मैं इसको इधर पानी का छप डालूंगा, अरे
Exactly.
करेंगे दादा तो
Yeah,
इट्स लाइक
ये
चाइल्ड लाइक
involvement.
जॉय उसमें एक बनता है और
No,
जो
but-
सभी में है.
But we become children here.
Yeah,
When we are
which is
making
good.
music, we are like small children. We are like so excited about it, you know.
Absolutely.
But you know, do you all work on a song in a linear way? I mean, do you write from start to finish? And do you, when you go behind the mic, do you spot the challenging bits first? And do you compose the song in a linear way as well?
So it's a very collaborative process. So sorry if I may.
You know,
But
please.
I know Vishal and Shekhar's collaborative process, which is the best process, I think, you know, like, because nobody comes together. एक आता है कुछ करके चला जाता है, फिर दूसरा आता है वो कुछ करके चला जाता है. So the song is constructed in a very
It's
fantastic.
it's a fun process. There are layers to this entire thing. So there's a lot of fun where you kind of obviously sometimes, very rarely though, you get lyrics first in front of you. But most of the times it's the tune which
Yeah,
you kind
most of the times, yeah.
most of the times it's the tune which you kind of build basically with a kind of a chorus in your head. Okay, maybe lyrically, maybe we can go in that direction, or maybe like lyrically you can go into this direction, or maybe the lyricist gives you an idea of this is a word which is a very interesting, nice word which we can use. So Amitabh Bhattacharya, for example,
Yeah. Zainasib.
Zainasib. So first word he gave me was Betahasha.
Oh,
So I was like, yeah, this is nice. Let me make something. He said, आपको अगर try करना है तो आप Zainasib भी try कर सकते हैं. I said, यार ये भी अच्छा है. तो then he said, आप चाहो तो मैं दोनों word डाल देता हूँ एक line. तो I said, आप डाल दो. And then that song was made on the spot, right? So then it actually, the idea came from the lyricist. right? And then the tune was developed.
And now it should come out of the singers.
ज़ह-नसीब
तुझे चाहूं बेतहाशा ज़ह-नसीब मेरे करीब मेरे हबीब तुझे चाहूं बेतहाशा ज़ह-नसीब तेरे संग बीते हर लम्हे पे हमको नाज है तेरे संग जो ना बीते उस पे एतराज है इस कदर हम दोनों का मिलना एक राज है हुआ में दिल गरीब तुझे चाहूं बेतहाशा ज़ह-नसीब.
But most often the melody comes first, and then the sort of writer takes it forward.
Yeah.
Except if it's like my first song ever was it came from the word which Falak from Tashan, which was your Vishal and Shekhar's music. Yeah.
But I think even the lyricists, all of them have a different process of writing. Because वो जैसे एक शब्द पे गाना बनाना, I think not like, I don't think Swanand has that process. He writes a chunk.
Yeah.
He has to have a thought in place.
जो हमारे बारे में फास्ट कहते हैं ना, वो गाने के मामले इनका है. ये खड़ी होती है और गा के बाहर आती है.
But ये जो टेबल है आज, they are all so good at their craft कि कभी भी मैं कहीं पर भी माइक पे जाके किसी कॉम्पोजिशन बिट पे या लिरिकल फ्लो की वजह से नहीं अटकी हूँ. टू जस्ट गेट द इमोशन राइट इज़ वेयर आई हैव रियली गिवन माई टाइम. काफ़ी बार ऐसा होता है कि एक लिरिकल ऐसा शब्द है जो खुला हुआ शब्द नहीं है, बहुत ऊपर का नोट है, होल्ड नोट है, बट बंद सा शब्द है, तो वो गाने में बड़ी दिक्कत होती है. लेकिन
So for example, if there's a word like hum on a very higher note,
हम
तुम हम तुम हम
ऐसे आप
लेकिन हमें is better.
दिन हम
हमें
गुम
इसे खुला हुआ शब्द
खिला so like is like a
इस
nice
तरह के तो
गाने में बेटर है.
वो म्यूजिकलिटी इन दोनों में है because they are both very learned musicians themselves. Like इनके वो है
Swanand and Kausar, I think what happens is itself, you know, they understand, they sing it, so अपने आप पालो में
म्यूचुअल एडमिरेशन सोसाइटी बन रही है.
But I tell you what, I'm not at all. I'm singing. I know nothing about singing. But no, I'll tell you why. I've had to train myself. क्योंकि कभी जब मेलोडी आती है और आपने लिरिक्स लिखे और आपके जहन में एक स्कैनिंग एक मीटर है, लेकिन आप स्पेशली डायरेक्टर को वो आप प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो, वो समझ में नहीं आता. तब तक आप गाओ नहीं, वो अजीब लगता है. वो थॉट क्योंकि वो लाइन लेंथ, तब इस वजह से मैंने ये डेवलप किया कि मैं like Amitabh Bhattacharya is a fabulous singer.
He's a very good
So you know that apart from being of course a very celebrated, popular and great accomplished writer, but he's such a good singer. So it's kind of, I have understood the merit to be able to present your work in tune.
There's always a process where when after you finish writing, you all will always say कि एक बार गा के सुना दो ना, क्योंकि हमको भी पता लगेगा कि
आपने क्या सोचा
कि how is that word sounding on that note.
और नहीं, कई बार स्कैनिंग में भी ना, कई बार छोटी-छोटी चीजें होती हैं, मतलब बहुत बारीक चीजें होती है कि आपने कई बार आता है कि यार ये तुमने बहुत अच्छा लिखा है, मीनिंग अच्छा है, पर ये सारे क्लोज वर्ड्स हैं. जैसे
क्लोज वर्ड जैसे
मतलब सिलेबल्स जो होते हैं ना, आ ई ई उ ए ऐ ओ औ अम आहा, ये वॉवेल्स होते हैं.
ये ओपन है.
तो इसमें आ ओ ये ओपन वर्ड्स है. क्लोज वर्ड्स होता है उ ई. तो अब जब क्लोज वर्ड्स में कुछ गाने उतने अच्छे नहीं सुनाई देते, फिर आपको लगता है कि हाँ यार, मैं इसी थॉट को अगर ओपन वर्ड्स में लिखूंगा तो मेलोडी के साथ बहुत खूबसूरत जाएगा.
जैसे मेरा एक गाना है, मैं परेशान, अगर उसको मैं परेशान कर दूंगी, वो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. तो वो परेशान भी लफ्ज होता है, परेशान भी. जैसे आसमान और आसमां में बहुत फर्क है गाने में.
क्या बात है.
तो आसमान बंद जाता है, आसमां खुल जाता है.
बिल्कुल.
But you know, today so much music has been produced.
There's so much of workshop happening here. You might start composing a song.
Yeah. Apart from this mutual admiration society, which we just
क्या करे, बुराई करे?
नहीं. No.
आओ बहन चुगली करें.
But you
This
know,
Shreya and I am telling you.
अच्छा वो उसको नहीं बुलाया.
What is the definition of a hit song today? Is it X number of views, or is it just return to investment, or is it something else?
Means the thing is, as an entrepreneur you think differently, as a creator you think differently. As a creator you have to enjoy the process, put it out, and then let it take its own time. Whenever, you know, sometimes you never know, a song just catches up immediately. Sometimes we've heard of late that a 3-year-old song has suddenly become number one trending
exactly,
song.
Exactly.
So you have to wait. It's a thing where people have to first discover. Earlier material was less, discovery was fast. Now material is more, discovery is tough. Even to knock at the door and tell somebody, hey listen, my song is out, is also a process today in these days. And as an entrepreneur, obviously there's investment which goes behind every single song. So you have to decide and make a model where you have a 3-year kind of a recovery process to the investment you made in the thing.
100%.
So you as an entrepreneur you think differently, but here I have to agree to this, that I play a role of a creator in this, and I still haven't gone into numbers yet.
So like you said, a song need to be discovered by public to be heard, even if it's a good song.
Yes.
Then in that case, do you think radio has been always the mood maker of the nation? It used to curate songs and give us the best songs. Today, when so much music is produced, do you think today it's the responsibility of radio to curate the best songs and present it to the public?
Yes, but that is also operating on a great commercial machinery now. So it's so driven by advertisers. It's so driven by buying airtime. It's a sorry thing to say, but it's a fact. So there's a lot of the large corporations will buy airtime and perhaps play a song which is mediocre as opposed to a song which is wonderful but किसी ने सुना ही नहीं है.
But that's what is happening today. Shekhar, correct me if I'm wrong. There are mediocre songs which have been marketed as super hits because they got so many views.
You know what is happening is again the culture of radio consumption. Like if you see in the West, there's a music video there are so many music video channels out there.
Yes, in America.
There's in America, in UK, everywhere. There's a constant radio
Listening culture.
there's a culture of like consuming, listen to this station.
But
So many different stations for each genres.
sorry, can I? Yeah.
Also.
Yes,
Sorry,
please.
sorry.
No, same. I was
No,
adding
what
to
I'm
it.
saying is that now, that's what I'm saying, now Indian music was always only Hindi film music. Hindi music was always Bombay Hindi film music. Now it is liberating, now that scene will come, because every singer was only singing for films earlier. Now Shreya is singing more for individual songs also, and a song in a story or a story in a song. Now the story in a song is also coming into the picture.
But I would absolutely agree with you on this one, that Arijit does a lot of independent work, and I've had many conversations with him. He's very proud and very happy to put out his independent stuff. Shreya has been putting out a lot of independent material which has been doing extremely well. I wish radio supported indie work as much as they are supporting Bollywood music.
I feel it's their struggle also to survive.
Yeah.
I feel everywhere, somewhere, somebody's trying to hit a balance of surviving.
Correct.
And it's kind of a medium which is not the only medium earlier we used to access that medium for, कि आज रेडियो पे क्या गाने आ रहे हैं, that would be, that is gone. And today it's more of streaming का ज़माना है. You go and explore artists you want to listen to. Our music has started to reach such, places that we didn't even know existed on the map.
Right.
And ऐसे जगह से fans आते हैं कहीं. If I'm going to a foreign country, usually when you are in a foreign land, you would think, अच्छा हमारे तो Indian नहीं दिख रहे, so हम आराम से बैठ सकते हैं कैफे में थोड़ा सा, we can chill. But then suddenly that person who is waiting the table is from a certain country, and I said, I know your music.
Wow, that's what I was about to ask. Yeah,
that
please
has
go ahead.
started. That has already started because of these mediums, which is these streaming platforms are globally accessed. It's not limited to the country. So now Indian music is on the world map, and it's just growing. It's just the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And then going, like you said, Indian music is on the world map. Do you know Taylor Swift era tour collected over $1 billion in ticket sales? We have world-class talent, like the one who was also present on this table. What is lacking? Do you think we need better venues? Because today's youngsters are buying tickets to live gigs.
Yeah, of course.
That always helps. That always helps.
That
to kind of,
infrastructure is definitely lacking in our country, and I think there are some steps from. It depends on which city it is, but I feel now that the metro cities, the bigger cities where we don't have the right-sized acoustic auditoriums, even auditoriums of say a 4,000 seater auditoriums are lacking. So I think there are probably some efforts towards it, but it has to happen because we really struggle to find good venues, and they're always full, and there are so many artists and there are people who are dying to listen to them. We end up finding bigger grounds to
Stadiums.
or a stadium of a 50,000 seater stadium is too big for an audience which will be probably a 10,000 audience. So there have to be all levels of arenas
but again,
and
like
all
Shreya
of that.
said earlier, that everything is connected with some kind of commerce, and that's.
It all has to work,
puzzle has to fit
even
correctly.
like for the radio stations we were talking about, even for the organizers, it has to, the whole format has to work. And as an artist, as a performing artist, I feel that we have two separate Indias out here. We have the metros, which is one India, and then we have the Heartland, the interiors, which is another India. And for some reason, when you go and perform in Heartland, there is some crazy love for us, all of us. And I think that's something which we connect so strongly with. I think Bombay, Delhi, all these kind of places, there's so many things happening, and a person is so. I think your normal consumer also is like. I speak to a lot of organizers, so I know that Bombay, Delhi, ये सब cities की बात जब होती है, तब organizers कहते हैं कि यार हमें तो लोग फोन करके पूछते हैं भाई फ्री में टिकट्स मिलेगी क्या?
Yeah.
The paying audience, the real paying audience, and that is very important. So a message from us artists to people is like there's a culture in the West where you get these numbers, where people come and celebrate and their connection with the artists, exactly like South cinema and the people who go and watch cinema,
correct.
they help the business. So like that, a lot of consumers need to help the business.
Even for streaming platforms.
Even for
Exactly.
Even for streaming platforms. That's what we are discussing the world over. Like for the everything to work. Because we in India basically specifically we love consuming free. We think everything should come to us free. Which it's true. Like for television ने वो आदत हमारा बिगाड़ा है इतने सारे साल तक क्योंकि television advertising model पे चलता था but now it's time that they should pay for what they are listening to, and if they pay then everything will grow.
लेकिन मैं एक चीज़ कहना चाहूँगी कि हम ये परफॉर्मिंग कॉन्सर्ट्स की परफॉर्मिंग आर्टिस्ट की बात करें चाहे सिंगर ना दैट्स आई वांट टू गो बैक टू स्वानंद्स पॉइंट्स की जो स्ट्रीमिंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स स्पेशली हैं उनमें क्यों ज़रूरी है कि हमारा जो कंज्यूमर है जो वाकई में म्यूज़िक सुनना चाहते हैं वो उस कंट्रीब्यूट करें कुछ पे करें क्योंकि म्यूज़िक कंपोज़र और लिरिसिस्ट भी बनाते हैं और कंपोजर और लिरिसिस्ट स्टेज पे खड़े होकर टिकट्स नहीं बेच रहे हैं उनको वहां से रेवेन्यू नहीं मिल रहा है.
The West somehow has managed to work out a very interesting system where everyone sitting in that room is equal partners.
All are writers.
All are writers.
Yes. They're all under the same
वहाँ तो कोई जो एक बीट बनाता है उसको भी रॉयल्टी मिलती है तो ऐसा है. It's a very nicely and has to happen. It's very important that whoever is making a riff also gets paid a
Taylor
certain
Swift had 28 names under writer.
But what I'm trying, India is a very unique way of working. Like we have like West में जाओगे तो actors ही गाते भी है. Playback हमारे यहाँ ही होता है. Playback singer की अपनी identity भी हमारे यहाँ ही होती है. कि भाई ये playback singer है और ये स्टार प्लेबैक सिंगर है बड़ी प्लेबैक सिंगर है और ये कितनी भी हीरोइनों का आवाज बनती है और हमने उसको एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
That doesn't exist in the West.
हमको एक्सेप्ट हो जाता है वो जब कोई भी आलिया भट्ट का गाना जब श्रेया के हम कहते हैं कि बढ़िया फॉर इयर्स वी हैव एक्सेप्टेड. सो हमारे यहाँ पे जब ये बाहर की प्लेटफॉर्म्स यहाँ आते हैं दे विल हैव टू अडॉप्ट टू द मेथड्स ऑफ हियर. That's my biggest problem is that they come from West. They think everything happens like that. It doesn't happen. 20 people make a song over here.
Yes.
And उनके यहाँ पे क्या song written. अब written माने उनकी जबान में जिसने मेलोडी बनाई है वो भी written ही होता है.
Correct.
पर अब यहाँ पे तो written
Yeah,
तो
there's
अलग
a
होता है.
lyric. So artists out there they write their own songs and they kind of it's more of a
But
songwriter.
here
Yeah.
the,
Also the in the role in the scroll which when the names come, no, the artist name comes. Shreya Ghoshal, Vishal, Shekhar, and Kausar Munir. It comes. But this is for somebody who already knows it.
Who knows.
When 50 years later, what will happen? 100 years later, श्रेया घोषाल ने गाया है, स्वानंद ने लिखा. ये स्वानंद कौन है इसमें? ये पता नहीं है. इसने गाया है, बनाया है. You are writing
The
wrong history.
metadata is not rightly
Yeah.
written.
You are not writing wrong history there. You know, like you have to specify. This is a singer, is a composer, is a writer. So anyway.
Like the way they used to do it earlier. It used to happen in the
कैसेट
past.
में जैसे होता था.
कैसेट में जैसा
Perfect
था
होता
पहले.
था.
There used to be a proper
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
जो किसने क्या किया.
Yeah.
उसमें किसने बजाया ये भी आ
इनमें
जाता
होता
है.
था.
But you know,
उसमें
we are very fortunate that in this era of, I mean, that's what I feel personally, that now we have the pride of the nation, Shreya, whose voice now is seen beyond the actor.
Oh,
Now-
absolutely.
Now
Absolutely.
you see an actor perform, but you're hearing Shreya's voice,
Yes.
and we're so blessed to have
Yeah.
her in this country, and
Yes.
globally we have an
We are
artist.
actually.
Gold
We
standard.
we have our own treasure, which sometimes is rising above. हम कहते हैं ना कि अरे ये एक्टर का गाना. So now you're saying you were
एक्टर्स इस बात से खुश होते हैं कि मुझे श्रेया
Shreya ka
Yeah,
voice.
yes,
So
totally,
I've seen
yes.
so many actors say this, and that is such
No,
a
no,
good
एंड
thing.
ऑल्सो कि ये सारी बातें हम इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये सारे एवेन्यूज खुल गए हैं. पहले थे भी नहीं. तो अभी ये है कि इट्स सो वंडरफुल दैट वी हैव सो मेनी डिफरेंट एरियाज टू टॉक अबाउट
Yeah.
एंड टू कंट्रीब्यूट टू. So that kind of becomes
And Kausar, what beautiful thing in like post-COVID I've been seeing is that there's a super fan model which has come in place now. So a super fan model is the consumer pattern of, I like this Kausar Munir song, so I'm going to now now I'm going to make a playlist. So there's a Kausar Munir playlist. Then there's a Swanand Kirkire playlist of all the songs he's sung and.
But that has been discovered because of the streaming platform.
So
Yes.
now the streaming platforms now the consumers,
Yeah.
now all good to them because they are now trying to find out, now I want to know more about this
Yes.
artist. A Bollywood associated with Vishal and Shekhar, but now what has happened is audience between the age of 18 and 24 is discovering Garud music and Sheykhar Ravjiani's songs.
Yeah.
So that is so amazing to see that people are now taking interest in you as an artist
करेक्ट.
compared to all the work you've done earlier. Which is a beautiful thing, yeah, because
Right,
now
right.
this is discovery process.
So then, you know, how does this foreign musical collaborations work and whom does it benefit the most? You have done with Afroto, the rapper.
Yeah, Coke
You
Studio.
of course have collaborated with Akon.
We invited Econ to sing a song,
Yeah.
Chamak Chalo, yeah.
Yeah. How does it benefit the artist here in India?
For Afroto was that was a Coke Studio idea. He was a rising star in Egypt, and they wanted a well-known name from India and a very new budding artist from Middle East. And I feel the two cultures musically are very similar in a way. There is a lot of similarity in the style of phrases and tunes and melodies. It was a very natural collaboration. But which I actually enjoyed was the song Guli Mata, which I had no idea who this person is. I just enjoyed the melody which came to me. In fact, that's how I choose songs. I don't ask too many questions. If I like the song, I do it.
Correct.
I don't ask what is the plan with the song, where they will
कहाँ
go.
चलना है, क्या होने वाला है उसका?
I have stopped doing this because I do
I
not
think all
want to
of us-
lose out on a potentially beautiful work which may work, may not
May
work,
not work, yeah.
but it's there in the world to be discovered, as you rightly said कि 5 साल बाद भी discover. So if with that thought I did that collaboration, and it has become a huge success because again the two worlds are very similar
Yeah, yeah,
in their types of music. So India was
The
newly
language-
loved
I think the
by the
language
people
all-
of Morocco
Yeah.
and Middle East,
Yeah.
and they started listening to every song of mine. Like the similar way,
That's
my every YouTube suggestion is a song from Morocco.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of opens doors, and this is how it happened.
think
I did
music
not
for
know
many-
whom I'm
Yeah.
singing for. What am I singing? I said yes to the song.
Correct.
And
Just because it connected with you.
for
And
me it was like that.
And isn't that the point of music, to kind of
Yeah.
I think
push
the-
boundaries and
I-
explore
I
think
new?
the
go very
language is-
organically like that.
Yeah.
The language is pretty much the same globally if you go to see.
It's universal.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, धुन होती है वो कनेक्ट करती है तो आई थिंक कोई भी लैंग्वेज में वो जस्ट काइंड ऑफ
I think the Spanish style of music also is so, like, we have actually, I feel Bollywood, in fact Bollywood, if I may say, has been that one place where all the genres of all over the
All
world, from
merge,
Africa to
yeah.
Spain to Latin to, you know, every possible genre has come here. And over the years, ऐसा नहीं कि आज हो रहा है, ये बहुत सालों से हो रहा है. Panchamda brought the percussions from Africa, and those, you know, those percussions were never heard in our
out here.
you know,
Also,
music.
we have the treasure of Indian classical music, which like plays a very like
Champion.
वो तो है ही.
Actually, the champion of that. But you know, as the creators, how do you decide that a tune requires a strong word or a lighter one? And do you all get sufficient time to practice for a song?
I don't get time.
He doesn't need time. Actually,
No,
don't need time.
but I feel every composer also has a style of working. Like Shekhar would send me the song. You know, he may, or if he feels that this song doesn't require, he wants me to react to the melody and have a fresh idea right when you hear it and go on the mic. So, whereas Sanjay Leela Bhansali ji के साथ हमेशा बकायदा एक rehearsal होती है before going on the day of the dubbing. A day or two before, he has taught me the song. I have the song with me. I have recorded like old school. पहले हम Walkman लेके जाते थे record करके लाने के लिए. अब phone पे record करके. It's there in my mind. And those songs require, because there is definitely some one layer of आपको घुसना पड़ेगा उस गाने में to understand how to emote it correctly. And there are very specific requirements of the composer. He is expecting me to do a certain things. Whereas Rahman sir के साथ it's always on the mic. On the mic you are learning the song.
Oh.
SCL के साथ शंकर जी को तो कोई पेशेंस ही नहीं है. वो उनको 1.5 मिनट, अगर वो 4 मिनट का गाना है, उन्होंने 1.5 मिनट गाना मुझे सुनाया, फिर बोला you know you're ready, टिक 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 टिक.
I've sung for him. That's what he does.
That's how it is.
ये बहुत easy है गाना, 10 मिनट में हो जाएगा.
हो जाएगा.
अरे
And I think I understand where it comes from. He is very fast himself. So, but दूसरा है कि गाने को कभी ना, that first reaction to a melody or a word, it comes from a place of reaction, like
correct.
this is
what it
this
means.
is how it should be.
You're so right. I've
Yeah.
started doing exactly what Shankar has been doing since so many years. It's like, don't like the first energy which is there, na?
Yeah.
Take that energy.
Take
Because
that
now the singer has just heard the song. Singer is enjoying it, gone into the booth. ये जो पहला जो reaction है ना,
That's the best.
that's
And
always the best.
and we go over the takes and it
क्योंकि
actually
क्या ना,
sometimes
क्योंकि
works
एक दो
कि
घंटे
वो
के बाद
पहला ही
हमको
ठीक था.
एक दो घंटे के बाद हमको लगता है कि भैया वो पहले जो beginning में जो किया था
वही अच्छा था.
It's a judgment. See, one that first, though, if you are making a song for cinema, then there is a very strong brief behind it. No, why are you making it? Even if it's a dance number, there is a very strong brief behind it. Everything decide होता है कि क्या कहाँ से क्या होगा. दूसरा फिल्म के साथ में क्या, फिल्म की खुद का लिंगो क्या है, खुद की भाषा क्या है. जैसे लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई में आपको किस तरह की जुबान यूज करनी है, परिणीता में आपको किस तरह की जुबान यूज करनी है. तो दैट ऑल्सो कम्स फ्रॉम बेसिकली द फिल्म का
From the script.
Yeah,
Right.
script and the script ka idea and director's brief, whatever. And also
And the period of where
period
it is
period
set.
of this thing, and also from the basically the composer ने उसको कैसे, अब जैसे ये लोग डमी वर्ड गा के कई बार देते हैं, उन डमी वर्ड्स में ही आपको कुछ
कुछ
छाप
मिल
मिल
जाता
जाती है
है.
गाने की कि हाँ यहाँ जा रहे भाई ये लोग, ये इस तरह से जा रहे हैं. और उस डमी से गाना कई बार तो डमी से निकल, अमित के साथ तो कितने वर्ड्स डमी के साथ ही निकलते कि उसने
Even Vishal.
विशाल हाँ विशाल तो खैर लिरिसिस्ट ही है, ये लोग तो lyrics- ये तो पूरा गाना देते उसको बेटर करना ही मुश्किल हो जाता है आदमी को. यार इन्होंने
No, but the thing is, what happens is when you're sitting and you're kind of working on a song, कभी-कभी एक word जो है ना वो for some ऐसे अटक जाता है ट्यून के साथ, just melody के साथ एक word connect हो जाता है.
Right.
And sometimes that word in a sentence might not make sense, right? And then, but the word would fit in really nicely on a certain
तो
tune.
ये बड़ा मुश्किल काम हो जाता है for a
and
lyricist to
then
bring
and
everything around it.
And the lyricist like, यार ये word तो अच्छा लग रहा है, लेकिन इसका मैं meaning कैसे बनाऊँ?
बनाओ उसको.
Like for example, Ishaqzade is not a word.
Yeah.
It's made up. I made it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not a word.
Oh, interesting.
So, but fine, people accepted it. That
So
it
cool,
must
but
be
yeah,
something.
I know from
exactly.
where it came, but yeah.
Yeah, but so हमारे ग्रुप में मैं कहती हूँ पोएटिक लाइसेंस, तो अमिताभ कहता है कि ये कौसर को ना वो दे दो एक स्टैम्प कि वो बांटे रहे पोएटिक लाइसेंस
नहीं, पर वो होता भी, जबान ऐसी होती है कि वो आप नया नया इन्वेंट करते रहोगे। जबान के साथ कंफर्ट भी आपका ये होता है कि आप लाड़ से अपने बच्चे को स्वानंद को स्वानू बोलता है ना कोई, तो वो नाम थोड़ी होता है उसका, लेकिन आप बोलते हो। मुझे कोई नहीं बोलता पाए।
मैं बोलूँगी आज से,
But then Kausar, you know, when you're working on Jubilee, उसके गाने remind you that we can see that the inspiration behind Ramayavastha Vaiya or Babuji Bhole Bale from Babuji Dheere Chalna.
Correct.
How you ensure that, you know, the song should sound like from that era, but should not exactly remind us of that song?
Well, I think I mean, and I'm not being modest at all. I'm honestly saying that credit I will give to Amit. Because a lot of the Amit Trivedi, the composer, because a lot of the melodies came first, and he and Vikram Motwani also have a fabulous sort of tuning and understanding, and that is to Amit's credit, because you know many people who, in fact our friends Varun and you, जब पहली बार सुना था गाने जब वो रिलीज भी नहीं हुए थे, I remember Varun ने बोला अरे ये कौन सी फिल्म का गाना है, मैंने कभी सुना नहीं, which was such a great compliment कि ऐसे लग रहा था कि हाँ उस जमाने का है, लेकिन it's not a recreation. Well, not a recreation.
Also the choice of words also, because the thing is we are such big fans of the old music that somehow there are these words and there are these tunes and there is this एक format होता था composition का पुराने ज़माने का, structure, very simple structure without मुखड़ा cross hook, वो था ही नहीं वो ज़माने में. It was just like there are दो लाइन में इतनी अच्छी चीजें आप बोल सकते हो, आप compose कर सकते हो.
Inspiration और imitation में एक बहुत एक पतली महीन सी एक
वो सिमिलर सिचुएशन हुई थी हमारी शायद उलाला में.
Correct.
To have that era, to make it sound, it belongs to that era, but having it completely new and fresh and not reminding you of any song. It was a challenge, but it was amazing.
It's a wonderful song.
But as you rightly said, very thin line between
imitation and inspiration.
क्योंकि सुनने वाले को जो कौसर के साथ में भी था, खासकर जुबली में, मैं मतलब कि सुनने वाले को उसका सिर्फ साउंड नहीं चाहिए, उसका पोएटिक जीनियस भी चाहिए ना, उसका म्यूजिकल जीनियस भी चाहिए.
Exactly.
तो वो both of the things were catered, you know,
correct.
not only अच्छा ऐसे के जैसा बना दिया.
Correct.
But I must say it did not. I was elated when these references came. एक होता है कि आप डर के भी बैठ जाओ कि अरे मुझे रमैयावस्था भैया का आप वो दे रहे हो reference is the right word, या इचकदाना, लेकिन I felt both Amit and I felt like wow, like you know it's so inspiring and now अब कुछ करने में मजा आएगा.
Correct.
Like a film like Ravan, when Anubhav Sinha, very dear friend and director, came to us and said कि यार मुझे एक ठुमरी चाहिए यार. रावण में means पहला गाना क्रिमिनल रिकॉर्ड किया, उसके बाद दूसरा वो डांस गाना रिकॉर्ड किया, ठुमरी ऐसा, अरे वाह. So suddenly for us, like talking about when someone gives you a zone, how excited you get. You're like a child, you kind of start thinking that way.
ठुमरी गुनगुना दो सर.
Please.
क्यों न बोले मुझसे मोहन, क्यों है रूठे रूठे मोहनियों, कैसे मनाऊं है कैसे मनाऊं, उन बिन कटे न रहना, उन बिन आए न एक पल चैना, उन बिन जियो तो कैसे मैं जियूं, भरे नैना भरे मोरे नैना. So they're suddenly going into a rock structure from it was very interesting too, because we get very excited, very happy as creators if suddenly out of the box the director says कि यार ये zone में चलना है. तो
and from Chambak Challo to
Golmaal had a song.
Look at that,
Golmaal had a black and white. आगे पीछे डोलते हैं बबरों की तरह. We got to compose a song of that black and white era.
In Kala, it was exactly opposite. Admita didn't have a reference also. Again, the same era, but no reference.
No reference.
So you make what you want to make. So, and Amit was making both the songs together.
How you let go a good tune, or do you preserve it and use it later?
So with Vishal and I, we always, if something is not working for the director when you're making a tune, and obviously as a composer, and I'm sure as lyricist also, when you deliver your first draft, you're always confident about your first draft. Otherwise, you don't give your first draft. So when we feel that this is a good song, and if it doesn't get taken, we remove it. We remove it from our system. We never reuse it again.
Actually, विशाल और शेखर के साथ में मैंने एक बार विशाल को भी पूछा था, मैंने कहा तू क्या करता है? बोले यार I don't like it, I get disheartened, but then I decide कि I'll make better than this. Every time I'll go better than this. मतलब तुझे नहीं चाहिए ना, अगर किसी को भी ये गाना नहीं चाहिए तो मैं इसको निकाल के रखता हूँ, समझता हूँ तुझे क्या चाहिए और उसको और बेटर करता हूँ. बल्कि होता बहुत मुश्किल है वो, मतलब when आपका गाना लगातार नहीं पसंद किया.
नहीं, एक्चुअली एक दौर आ जाता है जिंदगी में कि जब आपके गाने अगर फॉर सम रीजन नहीं एक्सेप्ट हो रहे हैं, तो आपको एक अपनी फितरत बनानी पड़ेगी जहां आप I'll keep on trying. You don't like it? Tomorrow I'll present you another song. You don't like it? I'll make you another song.
अमित का तो दिस थिंग अमित त्रिवेदी के साथ तो ये था एक बहुत सारे सालों तक कि अगर लिरिक्स की वजह से भी गाना एक्सेप्ट नहीं हुआ है तो वो ट्यून रिजेक्ट कर देता. वो कहता था दोनों ही नया बनाते.
मगर वो यूज बाद में भी तो हो सकती है.
बाद में हो सकती है, लेकिन फिर वो
कंपोजर्स डू दैट. कंपोज और कभी मुझे उस बात की एक छोटा सा मलाल रहता है कि आप तो ट्यून रीयूज कर सकते हैं लेकिन शब्द तो नहीं किए जा सकते क्योंकि but that's all part of the game.
Not all, some do
that.
Some do that. Like for Rajkumar Hirani in 3 Idiots, we wrote 18 to 20 antaras of All Is Well.
Wow.
And in Raju's office there is which is a great thing in tradition, that there is one assistant, उसको ये लगा के रखा है lyricist जो भी लिखता है फाइल करो, कुछ भी अच्छा बुरा खराब जो भी लिखा है फाइल करो. अब वो फाइल होता है और उसके बाद में समटाइम्स राजू ऑल्सो उसको जजमेंट पे उसका रहता है कि मैं फिर से उसको रिविजिट करूंगा कि कहीं कोई बहुत अच्छी लाइन तो नहीं चलेगी, बिकॉज आई वाज इन अ सर्टेन मूड. तो उसमें वो 12 अंतरों में, अब 12 अंतरे लिखना, 14 अंतरे लिखना बहुत मतलब बहुत मजेदार. लेकिन फिर आप एक मोमेंट ऐसा आता है कि आप फुटबॉल खेलने लगते हो कि ये भी डाल के देखता हूँ, ये भी खेलने लगता हूँ. एंड उसमें से 2 अंतरों को 3 अंतरों को तो हमने एड फिल्म भी बना दिया.
Your songs are like films are releasing in Tamil and Telugu and other languages. What kind of feedback do you get? Is it different from Hindi, from the original one?
There are some songs which really kind of get a crazy reaction, like the Arabic version of Jume Jo Pathaan has gone through the roof in the sense globally people are. You never knew, they're never there for the recording, so you don't know. So, and these songs are dubbed, and they send us, the production sends it to us once they are dubbed. And sometimes a Tamil language song gets really appreciated like crazy. You got a lot of reaction on social media from the south when but the latest thing for us has been the Arabic version of Jume Jo Pathaan, which has gone quite crazy.
Very sad that जब lyricist के लिए वो song ही उनका रहता ही नहीं.
मेरा जितना हिंदी में काम है उससे शायद ज़्यादा ही साउथ में गाने हैं और बंगाली में हैं. तो यूजुअली जब इस तरह मराठी एज वेल मल्टीलिंगुअल फिल्म्स जब होती हैं तब मैं कोशिश करती हूँ जब कि सारी लैंग्वेजेस ही गाऊँ. कभी कभी वक्त या वो बहुत लास्ट मिनट आता है कि अच्छा अभी रिलीज पे आ गया है, फिर एक दिन में 5 लैंग्वेज गाना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो देन आई लेट गो, बट आई ट्राई टू, बिकॉज इवन द कंपोजर वुड लाइक टू हैव द सेम वॉइस, sing those.
Never like to change it. Mrs. Why would you change a voice?
I think we covered a lot of ground today. Looking forward to many chartbusters and great music from you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
you. Best of luck.
You.
And in the end, may I please request you to give us few lines of each of your favorite songs from this year.
बेरंगे थे दिन, बेरंगी शामें आई है तुमसे रंगीनियाँ, फीके थे लम्हे जीने में सारे, आई है तुमसे नमकीनियाँ, बेरादा रास्तों के बन गए हो मंजिलें, मुश्किलें हल है तुम्हीं से या तुम ही हो मुश्किलें, तुम क्या मिले हम ना रहे हम, तुम क्या मिले.
क्या बात है, वाह. हमें तो लूट लिया मिलके इश्क वालों ने, बहुत ही तंग किया अब तक इन ख्यालों ने, नशा चढ़ा जो शरीफी का उतार फेंका है, बेशर्म रंग कहाँ देखा दुनिया वालों ने।
ये बात
वो तेरे मेरे इश्क का
अरे वो तो
वो तेरे मेरे इश्क का एक शायराना दौर सा था, वो मैं भी कोई और ही थी, वो तू भी कोई और ही था।
क्या बात है
क्या
यार।
बात
वो
है।
तेरे मेरे इश्क का
वाह यार,
एक
श्रेया।
आहा।
क्या बात है।